right, Nick, it's June 2024. We're on Summit Avenue, greeting our lovely neighbors with a basket full of amazing wines for our Cellar series description. So, it's kind of the gateway to summer. We're all pretty optimistic about how this one's gonna go. I'm feeling especially enthusiastic about where we're at with it all. Because you wanna know why? You gotta stay positive, guys. Okay, here we go. We're starting off with Lilièvre, kind of a winemaker here that has kind of revitalized this zone of the Côte de Toul, which is from Lorraine. Oftentimes you hear Alsace Lorraine, and everybody really just means Alsace, but we really mean Lorraine here, which is a little bit to the west, north, kind of where the Moselle, the French Moselle kind of goes into Luxembourg before it hits Germany and turns into the Moselle. But this is Pinot Auxerrois. It's a great variety that you don't really see very often. It's kind of designed for these kind of clay limestone soils. Just a really, really lovely expression of kind of crisp, mineral-driven, like northern French white. So as far north as you go in France before, well, you're in Luxembourg. And yes, they make wine in Luxembourg, and no, we don't sell any. But they have a vibrant little wine scene in Luxembourg. They just drink all of their own wine because they have it in their backyard, and it needs to be drunk. So anyways, really lovely wine, all stainless steel, organic, fun stuff, and rare. I think less than 100 cases of that made. Wait, no. Still rare, a couple hundred cases made. Moving on to our friends Barnaby and Olga Tuttle, making their Teutonic. That's the name of the wine company, Teutonic Wine Company. This is their Crab Tamale, and we work with lots of wines from Barnaby because they're all pretty damn good. And I guess what I mean by that is, like, they're inexpensive, they're very high quality, they're usually organically farmed or very sustainably farmed, and they're like tiny quantities. So, like, they're really just this artisanal winemaking couple and team and force, and lovely stuff. This is less than 100 cases to the best of my knowledge, kind of per the internet. But this is their winery kind of like kitchen sink blend. It's like a Cellar style blend where they add all of these kind of like the ends of wines, ends of barrels, and make this lovely blend that every year is really darn tasty. So there's a little bit of everything that's in their winery in here. Red grapes and white grapes. So Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier. I think there's some Chardonnay in there. There's some Gewürztraminer, and obviously a Riesling because they're crazy about Riesling there. But really, really lovely stuff. Totally dry but aromatic. I have come to learn that Barnaby is a big seafood boil enthusiast, which is pretty awesome. Like, I liked that man from the very first time I met him, and we did a Cellar series with him a couple weeks ago, and I just think the guy's fascinating. So, seafood boils, this is your wine. Going to Priorat, kind of that lovely, very prestigious appellation that is south and west Barcelona. These kind of schist outcroppings, kind of, I wouldn't say mountainous, but very rugged, very rocky. This is a white wine from a very, very much red wine zone. So this is all Garnacha Blanca, and it is really lovely. I mean, it's full-bodied. This is not like Chardonnay in a way in terms of the fruit profile. Grenache Blanc has kind of its own kind of flavors associated with it, but it has texture and weight and depth. It's a really, really serious white wine. It's all stainless steel, doesn't see any oak, but it's a really, really lovely wine. So Chris Cannon, kind of the famous wine importer, found this 100-acre property or 100-hectare property, I think in 1997, and has been making really, really lovely wines with his daughter and wife ever since. So it's cool, fun stuff. When I had the opportunity to taste this wine, because I requested it, I was like, wow, Priorat Blanc, like, that's pretty cool. Like, let's give it a whirl. I knew right away, I'm like, this is a total Cellar Series wine. So, and here it is. So I hope you all enjoy it. Moving on to our token rosé. This is Charles Gonnet, and this is their Vin de Savoie, their Cheyenne, like a small little area of the Savoie. And the Savoie is, French Alpine. They're starting to ramp up in elevation here and get on some of the flanks and foothills of Alpine reaches. It's 100% Gamay, all organic again here. But, the rosés that we tend to feature in this feature kind of just hit us a little bit different, And, a lot of rosés can taste similar and aren't all that dynamic, but this one just had this little blast of energy and lift, and we really loved it. And also we kind of just loved where it was from. You know, sometimes you kind of fall in love with, the girl because she's from that part of town, and like, just kind of like the allure of like, we're gonna try wines from here. Like, that's kind of fun, So that's what wine really is all about, like traveling in the glass with each new bottle. So here we are in the French Alps, and yeah, it was tasty. We are moving to southern Chile. So this is a female winemaker named Anna. Look at that bug on there. Funny, a little spider kind of getting cozy with me. Anna Maria Cumcile is the name of the winemaker, and this is her Pais. That's the name of the grape, and it's from the Itata area. Itata is extreme, like southern Chile. It's pretty far down there. Old bush vine Pais. So Pais is a grape variety that is not like Malbec. It's not like Carmenere. Not like Cabernet, like the other grape varieties that you see in Chile. It is more like Pinot Noir meets Syrah. It is medium bodied, has some tannins to it, but it's not super deeply concentrated in terms of color. But it's very aromatic, very energetic, just really, really lovely wine. So yeah, just kind of a passion project that you can see here. Like, you can obviously tell that that this woman is making really like attentive, intentional wine. So, and that's kind of what we're all about. We're seeing a lot of really great Chilean wines in the marketplace these days because of, like Bill Somerville and his team at Portzana are like really kind of like, they've got this Argentine steakhouse thing, and they need to have really interesting Argentine and Chilean or South American wines. And it's not impossible, but it ain't easy, and they have brought in some really, really fun wines. And we're all kind of benefiting from it, And I love that about wine in general, this marketplace, working with great colleagues, being introduced to great wines from some of your friends, and then ultimately getting to pass them on to you. So that's where we're going with this one. Okay, we're finishing up with Andrea Sottimano. And Sottimano is a producer that, I really love this producer. Visited this producer on my honeymoon, and I've just loved the wines ever since I first met this family, 15 years ago. And not all Longa Nebbiolos are the same. This one is it's a single vineyard wine. It's from the Bazaren vineyard, and we sell a Bazaren Barbaresco, and it's $20 more on the shelf. So this is younger vines from a great site. And they give it kind of great treatment in the winery as well. It sees a little bit more barrique, a smaller French barrel, but not a lot of new French barrel, but smaller cooperage kind of keeps the fruit kind of front and center and kind of tight, and I shouldn't say tight, like kind of just generous, so this has some like generous fruit to it, which I like to see, like in these younger wines. Obviously with the Barbaresco and the Barolo, you kind of prize some of these wines that are going to live in the cellar for decades maybe, and sometimes they're really tight and like focused and like chiseled on release, and they unfold over years and years. But you want to know what? Sometimes you just want to go home with a great bottle of Nebbiolo and kind of cook your steak and have it, and have your bottle of wine ready to go. And that's what's going on here. So really high quality Barbaresco producer making really high quality Nebbiolo across their range. So that is your Cellar series description. It's June. Every month is a new opportunity to kind of explore new wines with kind of the new bounty and kind of new experience. So I hope you get after it. It's summer, baby. Let's do this.